Let's get right into it. Check out this shirt. I got a surprise for you guys in a second. But let's get right into it. It's Soul Not For Sale podcast. It's episode 475. We are getting up there, almost at 500. We got Joe Rogan and Gad Saad, and they're addressing what's happened in the mainstream media, which is Try That in a Small Town. That song has been all of the rage, or I should say all of the outrage as of recent. The song has been branded as racist. It is a problem. It must be stopped. And we're going to analyze how this song actually exposes the liberal mindset. We're going to hear Joe Rogan address the whole song, and then I am going to read some of the lyrics to you, and we're going to actually walk down a road that shows the people who have a problem with this song are actually more racist than the gentleman who made this song to begin with, which is Jason Aldean. But we're going to get to that in a second. I got a big surprise for you guys because people have been asking for this shirt, and bang, it is here. Public Enemy #1. We got t-shirts for men and women, tank tops for men and women, and let's get a close-up of this beautiful shirt. Here he is, the cricket connoisseur himself. Public Enemy #1. You can get yours now at IamCoachColin.com. That website again is IamCoachColin.com. And if you want 10% off of this hoodie or t-shirt, whichever you'd like, all you have to do is put in the discount code area IamCoachColin. That's all capital letters. That's all one word, one L in the Colin, gets you 10% off. And it's not just for that shirt. It's for any purchase you make, large or small. Let's get into the video. Also, if you're somebody who's purchased anything off of the site, you are so appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But let's get into this clip.
With Budweiser, though. And you can do that with, that's probably going to happen with some other stuff, too. Like, people are upset at the country music channel. Because the Jason Aldean song, Try That in a Small Town.
Yeah.
The level of outrage. Now, I'm not saying that that's the greatest song the world's ever known, but the level of outrage coming from people that are upset about that song is so strange when there are hundreds of rap songs out there that are infinitely worse and also enjoyable.
Misogynistic, glorifying violence, the whole thing. Yeah.
And no complaints at all.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about old stuff. There's new stuff too. There's hip hop. There's wild rock songs. There's a lot of wild shit, and to be focusing on that one, and it's the racial aspect of it. It was crazy because the real Antifa problems that were happening during the BLM, I think it was a lot of white people doing that, wasn't it? It was a lot of lost liberal whites who are very angry, who decided to take up this movement and smash things. So, the racial aspect of it, there's nothing racial about the lyrics.
Or how about the Tracy Ullman? Did you see the Tracy Ullman controversy?
No, I did not.
So she wrote in I don't know if you remember, I think it was 1988, she had this iconic song, Fast Car.
Yes. Right.
And then this, I guess he's a country music
Tracy
singer.
Chapman.
Did I say Ullman? Oh, she's an actress, right? She's a comedian.
Yes.
Tracy Chapman, thank you.
Yeah.
And then this singer asked for her permission, I guess, to do a cover and so on.
It's amazing.
And then people came out that the white guy is usurping this.
But that's always going to happen. Yeah. You're always going to have a certain amount of people that say that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's real. It also, and apparently she's happy that he's doing it.
Well, no kidding.
So everybody's good, and it's a great song. I mean, it's really good. He didn't even change the gender, when he sang it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can become a checkout girl. He says checkout girl.
Right.
Yep. And I'm not even joking. Every single morning, I listen to the song that they're talking about right now. You got a fast car, and I got a way to get out here. It's actually a sick song. Great song. That guy does such a good job. Luke Combs. Let's get into the controversy of it all. Now, let's just jump straight to the lyrics. I got the lyrics here. I don't know what's going on with the copyright and whatnot, but I already made this video once. Maybe I said the lyrics too good, so I'm just going to read them out this time, because first time I sang them, you would have heard my singing debut, but you're missing out. YouTube didn't want me to do it. I got a copyright thrown at me. So let's just go through the lyrics real quick. Sucker punch someone on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store, spit at a cop, cuss a cop out, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. So here's the thing. This is what exposes the liberal mindset, right? When you hear those things, what do you think of? I think of criminals. I think of, the BLM protests. I think of unruly people. But for some reason, the liberal and mainstream media immediately think of black people. When they hear carjacking, they think of black. When they hear holding up an old lady, holding up liquor stores, they think of black people. It's very telling that all of these wild acts that this gentleman's talking about in this song, Jason Aldean, all these crazy acts that he's talking about, instantly, they all link it to black people. They all connect it to black people. It's incredible. It's incredible that they don't see what they're doing as they're getting outraged about this whole thing. I've seen videos of people. I saw a video of a girl who was talking about the song, and she's like, who do you think he's talking about when he says rob a liquor store? It's like, yo, whoa, easy there. What's going on with you? Wow. Tell the Klan members I said hi. Like, what are you talking about? This is a black girl too. She's like, who do you think he's talking about? It's like, he's talking about criminals. If anything, if you watch the video, go and watch the video. The first 3 images are of white people. White people who are yelling at cops, spitting at cops. It's white people in crowds giving fingers to the cops. It's all white people. And now I'm not saying that this is a white problem and he's calling out white people. He's calling out anyone who thinks it's okay to burn down a city because they're upset. Anybody who thinks it's okay to undermine the law, to attack police officers, to attack citizens. Anyone who thinks that stuff's okay. That's who he's calling out. That's it. Because like when you say a small town, all of a sudden it's like a small town. There's no black people in small towns? It's incredible. The way they're able to connect all of the good things, small town values, growing up with a grandfather who gives you an heirloom of a gun and says, to protect yourself. All of these things are just for white people. And then the carjackings and the robbing of people and the spitting at cops, that's all for black people. That's the way the liberal mindset is working right now. That's what the mainstream media is pushing towards everybody right now. And the fact that there are black people who are actually falling for this is incredible. Incredible. Read the lyrics. Listen to the song. There's so many, and on the other side of things, there's so many black people right now who are singing the song on Twitter, who are like, yeah, I live in a small town, and if you come here trying to mess with my people who I grew up with, white and black, that's going to be a problem. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this song. It's incredible. And now let's go over to the whole subject that Joe brought up of all the hip hop songs. Here's the thing with the hip hop songs compared to this song. I'm going to tell you why the hip hop songs are okay. There's 2 reasons. The hip hop songs are talking about black on black crime. That's what they're talking about. They're in the hood and it's, I'm going to rob this person. I got this guy's girl. I took this guy's money. I got all the money. You can't mess around with me. I'm the best one on the block. I run the block. That's what it's all about. I buy all the cars. I have all the jewelry. Now, here's the thing. The messaging in Try That in a Small Town versus the messaging in most hip hop songs, not all hip hop songs, because there's a lot of conscious hip hop that really makes you want to think. It makes you want to do positive things. There's a lot of that out there. Even in the new generation, there's new people who are coming out with very positive messages. Even people who are like straight up Christian with some great messages. But the mainstream, what's always brought to the forefront of hip hop, is a lot of depravity, a lot of violence, a lot of glorification of jail culture and all these things. Meanwhile, the messaging in Try That in a Small Town, the messaging is integrity. The message is courage. The message is bravery. The message is standing up to people who think that they're going to tread on you. They think they're going to burn down your city. They think they're going to terrorize your citizens. Stand up to that type of stuff. Meanwhile, if you really think about it, when you hear a hip hop song actually helps the economy drastically. And maybe that's why the mainstream media is okay with hearing all of these hip hop songs. Because think about who benefits. If we all lived our life out like a hip hop song, like one of the wildest, most grimy hip hop songs, what would we all be doing? We'd be spending money frivolously, right? The jewelry companies would benefit, car companies would benefit, gun companies would benefit, liquor stores would benefit, the black market would benefit, right? Because you'd be spending your money on all sorts of wild stuff. Who else would benefit if we all lived out our lives like a hip hop song? The prison system. The prison system would benefit. All of these things that are needed in the economy would benefit. All except for 9-to-5 jobs and working jobs that like help the economy really flourish. But you know what I mean? There's so many people behind the scenes that benefit from hearing these young black men and white men talk about this unruly behavior. And that's why these songs are never censored. That's why these songs are pushed to the forefront. That's why these songs are put into the ears of the youth of this generation. And then when you hear something like Try That in a Small Town, it's a complete opposite message. All of that stuff that I talked about in that hypothetical hip hop song, all of that stuff, Try That in a Small Town goes against that. It pushes against it. It says, you're not going to do this here. I don't want to be a part of that behavior. You're not going to bring that into my city. And that's what the issue is. It's not the issue that the song is racist. That's not why the mainstream media is getting all up in arms. That's not why the liberal mindset is getting all frazzled. It's because it's a threat. It's a threat to what they've done over the past 4 years. It's a threat to what they may have coming. It's a threat. It inspires young men, white and black, working class men, to stand up for themselves, to stand up for their rights, and stand up for their communities. And that's the issue. That's the real issue. Like the video, it helps so much. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And other than that, I am out. Episode 475. Let's go.